Jungkook stared silently out the window of his lavish mansion, watching the rain pour down in silver sheets. 2 years had passed since that horrible night, yet the painful memories remained playing in front of his eyes. He remembered waiting outside the hospital room. Your father was not allowing him to enter your room to see you as he was so scared after knowing about your accident. But more than that, your words hurt him so deeper than the wounds you had on your body. Don't come to me, Jungkook. I just hate you. It's all because of you. I'm just breaking up with you. Get lost. You were screaming from inside while he was fighting with him outside the room. Jungkook pleaded with you not to do this, that nothing could shake his devotion to you, but your mind was made up. With tears streaming down your pale face, you sent him away. That was the last time he heard your voice. Following that, Jungkook sank in a deep depression. He threw himself into his work as a third mafia boss seeking distraction through and chaos. Every fight, every deal left him feeling emptier. At night, your memory haunted his dreams, always just out of reach. After 2 years of restless wandering, Jackson approached him. Boss, I have news. I have tracked her down. She's been hiding out in a small town 2 hours from here, living with her father. A flicker of hope awakened in Jungkook's dark eyes. Where? He asked sharply. The address is. Jackson began, but Jungkook had already grabbed his coat and headed for the door. Wait, boss, it's not safe for you to go alone. Let me gather some men to accompany you. But Jungkook would not back down. All that mattered was seeing you again, getting the closure he desperately needed. Do you really think anyone would dare to come after me? His confident face and sharp gaze made Jackson realize something. Never ever. I'm sorry, boss. I forgot. No one can harm danger like you. Jackson smiled as Jungkook smirked and walked away. Night fell as Jungkook sped down the empty highways, rain lashing at the windows of his black SUV. Kim Ryan, I'm coming. Do you think I would leave you simply after what you had done to me? He raises the speed while his anger and hatred towards you visible in his eyes. We need to settle many things. I'm thrilled to see you. Even though he was talking in anger, deep down his love for you never died and can never be. He came out of depression by changing his pain into anger. At least then he would have a motive to live life. Finally, he arrived at a modest house on the outskirts of town. He entered your house by breaking the gate as watchmen tried to stop him from coming inside. So, you're living here? He stepped out of the car and was looking at your house where he has mixed emotions on his face. He kept looking at your house until the watchman who was guarding your house came to confront. Hey, who are you? Can't you hear what I'm saying? Why did you break the gate? He was demanding answers from Jungkook, not knowing the real identity, which was enough to give him heart attack. Take it and get out. He threw money at the watchman while looking at your house. Maybe the watchman needs to be punished. That's why he was irritating him by pushing his shoulder. Don't you understand without showing my darling? He said, pointing his gun at the watchman, which quickly passed shivers down his spine. He stood gulping with fear as he looked at the gun, which was powerful than anything. I'm sorry, sir. He was shivering, even his words were not steady, as his throat dried by gulping the saliva frequently. God maintained his fear. He smirked and walked into step inside the house. Taking a steady breath, he walked in and knocked on the door. It swung open to reveal your father, his expression hardening at the sight of Jungkook. Jungkook? Your father was completely shocked to see Jungkook in front of him. After 2 years. Hello, Mr. Kim. He greeted the person who gave birth to the lady who deserved to be his princess. He has an evil smirk on his lips, playing in the corner. I told you to leave her alone. What are you doing here? He said gruffly. Don't you know why I have come? I have 2 years old settlement with your daughter. If you call her, we will settle it right now, he said while rubbing his temple with the gun he held. No, you're not meeting her. Everything was over between you. Now leave. Don't disturb her. He tried to push Jungkook, but he was not moved even an inch. Do you think you will stop me one more time? Nana, this time I will not give you any chance. He scoffed at your father's face and ran towards upstairs. Jungkook hurried up the wooden staircase, heartbeat thundering in his ears. He pushed open the bedroom door, breath catching at the figure silhouetted against the dark window. He sat motionless in a wheelchair, the glow of distant street lamps highlighting your gaunt features. You had lost so much weight, your clothes hanging loosely on fragile bones. At the creak of hinges, you turned towards him with effort. Who is there? He said vaguely, and Jungkook's heart broke all over again. How faint your voice had come. Then your eyes widened in disbelief. Jungkook, what are you doing here? Overcome, Jungkook sank to his knees beside you, taking his thin hands in his. Why, my love, what has happened to you? You began to cry as well, dabbing at your tears with back of your wrist. Doctor said. You paused as you realized it was not a dream which you sometimes you would get that Jungkook came to meet you. You wiped your tears immediately, making a cold and straight face which surprised Jungkook. What happened? Why did you stop? Tell me why and what doctor said. He was confused at your sudden behavioral change. No, doctor did not say anything. What are you doing here? We already broke up 2 years ago. Why do we have to meet like this? You moved towards the window on your wheelchair as it has a button to operate it. Jungkook got up on his foot and was looking at you silently for a minute as he was feeling a mixture of emotions right now. Why didn't you tell about your situation, Ryan? What it did for you? You did everything, Jungkook. I don't like you being Mafia, that's why I broke up with you. And moreover, my father also doesn't like you, so better leave now. He said, gulping tears while looking at the window. No, I don't believe it. Now I'm understanding everything. You lied about your paralysis and broke with me for my future. Am I right? You closed your eyes while tears slid down your cheeks as you feel sad that he guessed your intentions correctly. No, I'm not that sacrificing woman. I really hate to live with you. I don't like your profession at all. Just leave, Jungkook. I don't love you anymore. He said firmly, trying to make him believe. So you hate me? Alright, I'm leaving. He takes a few steps while making a sound with his shoe soles until he groaned in pain. Ah! He groaned in pain, holding his knee as if he was injured. Jungkook, you quickly turned around and came near him by pressing a button of your wheelchair. Jungkook, what happened? Are you alright? You panic by seeing him groaning in pain. Your eyes has concern for him. The girl who was emotional from few months at once, her emotions started hitting back seeing her loved person in pain. You really don't love me, Ryan, he said, making a cold face, which was relieved from shrinking out of pain. You understand he was faking all this time. No, I don't love you. I was concerned as a human being. You quickly stopped your emotions at their positions and kept a cold face again. Do you think you can fool me every time? I can see your love, Ryan. Admit it. Said standing straight while he looked away. Yes, Ryan, admit it. Tell him you still love him. Your father, who entered the scene, grabbed your attention and made you look at him with a sense of nervousness about which he was going to say. Dad, leave. It's our matter. Please, don't be involved. You tried to stop him, but now you should know it will be a failure. Let me speak, Wine. I made a mistake 2 years ago by not taking the right decision, but now I want to correct it. You started panicking while your father was explaining the reason. Jungkook, what you think was true. She sacrificed her love for you. She couldn't bear for you to be stuck taking care of her. She wanted to set you free to find someone whole, someone you could have a future with. So she ended things, though it nearly destroyed her too. Your words tore open Jungkook's old wounds, the pain flooding back as fresh as the day you left. At last he understood the truth. It was not a lack of love that drove you apart, but misguided sacrifice on your part. And all this while you both have been suffering alone. Clasping your frail hands between both of his, Jungkook vowed, nothing, not even this, could make me stop caring for you. Even though I was bounded by revenge, deep down I'm in love with you. For my whole world, Ryan, please come back to me. I need you. Together we will face whatever comes. Hope flickered in your eyes once more at his declaration, and in that moment Jungkook swore he would do anything to rekindle the light and life that had been stolen from you these past 2 years. His sweet wine would be healed and happy again. This he promised himself and the heavens above. Jungkook, I'm sorry. I was wrong about you in the beginning. I agreed when she decided to break up because I don't like you. But later I realized only you can love her more than anyone. He said, wiping his tears. At least now you realized it. I'm glad. He said, looking at you. You find yourself slowly emerging from the depths of a long dream. Soft light filtered through your eyelids, the warmth of the sun rousing you bit by bit. You stretch languidly, muscles rippling with newfound strength, and blinked open your eyes. With black circles painted under his eyes from endless nights of keep watching, Jungkook stay by your bedside smiling lovingly. Good morning, my love. How are you feeling today? Better than I have in years. You sighed happily. Ever since Jungkook had carried your wounded body, went back to his mansion a month ago, moving to heal the hurts of your past, each new dawn brought the promise of renewal. You looked around at the rich furniture. Not that things made of money mattered today. What made you feel truly amazed was Jungkook's soft, genuine care. He treated your wounds with his own hands and restored your hunger with delicious meals. Under his care, your limbs began to regain their strength slowly. Jungkook called for a maid. Please bring breakfast and inform the doctors their patient is ready for examination. He nodded at you. Let's see how far you have come. You smiled at him. After a hearty breakfast, two physicians arrived. They examine and assess your range of motion under Jungkook's attentive gaze. You were shocked to feel fresh strength rushing through your tired muscles. One doctor grinned and said, "Miraculous progress. At this rate, you may walk again within months." Your teary eyes met Jungkook's own sparkling gaze, misted with joy. He silently squeezed your hand and felt your hope. You may have been overtaken by darkness long ago if it weren't for his constant dedication to restoring your health and will to your life. He understood more than ever that no physical or psychological injury could ever make you less in love with this incredible man. You and your physical therapist started your recuperation in the green garden behind the mansion. Your legs felt like they would give out from under your weight at first, but Jungkook encouraged you silently and supported you non-stop. Gradually, your stride became more steady until you could walk across the grass by yourself, exhaling in proudful laughter. You are lifted and whirled around by Jungkook while you both sobbed with joy. You started to dream of a bright future with Jungkook by your side, and gradually the nightmares of your past vanished. Under his loving care, you flowered more and more every day, just like a flower in the garden. You have returned 100-fold in terms of your inner and outside beauty, and with it came the slow rekindling of your ancient magic. One warm night, you were lost in thought as you walked around the rose garden when Jungkook appeared with a bouquet. "May I have this dance, my princess?" He smiled and nodded to the tune that was playing through the open windows. It was a throwback to happier moments you two had spent. You giggled, bowed, and let him spin you around the courtyard, your legs following his lead as easily in the days before tragedy struck. When the music ended and you both caught your breath, Jungkook gazed deeply into your eyes. "You are the light that guides me home, now and always. I cannot live without you, Mayan." He poured his heart out while tears forming in your eyes. "Jungkook." You let his name out in a low tone. "Yes, Mayan. In these 2 years, I have gone through so much. Each day was like a new hell without you beside me. My pain turned to anger and my anger turned to revenge. But I'm really sorry. I didn't know about your sacrifices. I can understand how much you have gone through all these days." He had tears in his eyes. "Jungkook, please don't say. I need to apologize you for misunderstanding. I thought you would love another woman, but you made me realize I was wrong. I'm happy now. Yes, I'm really happy for our reunion and about our future." You said, smiling through tears, where he wiped your tears before standing on his knees. A velvet box containing a ring decorated with shimmering stones came out from his pocket. "You're everything to me, Ryan. Will you grant me the honor of being my wife and make me the happiest guy ever?" As he placed the ring onto your finger, you whispered, "Yes," with joy and tears streaming down your face. A kiss that was sweeter than honey touched your lips. As you walked hand in hand, roses released their delightful fragrance. All around, fireflies burst into life, illuminating the surroundings with teeny flashing lights like scattered diamonds. "I love you, Wine. I love you so much," he said while making you turn towards him. "I love you too, Jungkook," he said smiling while your face shining in the lights. He cubed your face and again pressed his lips on yours as if it is a mandatory kiss after expressing love. Thank you for watching.